All right, people, I'm back. As I was going, Laban and Jacob having words. You see, Laban meant evil towards Jacob, but God knew. And God turned that evil to good. In our reality, Jacob didn't do nothing wrong. Now, his daughters may have did something wrong, but Jacob didn't. You understand? He did exactly what Laban asked him to do. And look at Laban, this is my stuff. How is it your stuff if we made deals according to this? The two daughters are mine. You gave them to me. We made a deal with the sheep and the cattle. But your whole point was to just keep me there. Now, anyway, let me continue on. Genesis 31, chapter 44. Verse 44. Now, therefore, come down, let us make a covenant, I and thou, and let it be for a witness between me and thee. And Jacob took a stone and set it up for a pillar. And Jacob said unto his brethren, gather stones, and they took stones and made an heap, and did eat there upon the heap. And Laban called in Jerga Sahaduta, but Jacob called it Gilead. And Laban said, this heap is a witness between me and thee this day. Therefore was the name of it called Gilead. And Mizpah, for he said, the Lord watch between me and thee, when we are absent one from another. If thou shalt afflict my daughters, or if thou shalt take other wives besides my daughters, no man is with us. See, God is witness betwixt me and thee. And Laban said to Jacob, behold this heap, and behold this pillar, which I have cast betwixt me and thee. This heap be witness, and this pillar be witness, that I will not pass over this heap to thee. And thou shalt not pass over this heap and this pillar unto me for harm. The God of Abraham, the God of Nahum, the God of their father, judge betwixt us. And Jacob sware by the fear of his father, Isaac. Then Jacob offered sacrifice upon the mount. Now look at it, was doing this naturally. And called his brethren to eat bread. And they did eat bread and tarried all night in the mount. And early in the morning Laban rose up and kissed his sons and his daughters and blessed them. And Laban departed and returned unto his place. You see, people might have evil intentions and want to do this and want to do that. But let me tell you something. When you fear God and you love God, and you do things that's pleasing to him, and you call on him, and you commune with him, he'll make all that better. You know, I needed that. You may have needed that too. You may be working somewhere, and it feels like you're being taken advantage of. You ain't got to quit it. When the Lord's time to move you, he'll move you. He'll do whatever it takes to get you right. And he'll make you leave peaceably with no harm. With more than you came with. But all this was planned out. His father told him to go there and get a wife. Dreams was telling him he was going on the right path. Everything made sense. Everything was lining up. Because the Lord talked to him. And he listened to the Lord's voice. That's what this whole thing is about. What I'm talking to you about right now. Genesis 32. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. Look at that. Entertain strangers. And when Jacob saw them, he said, this is God's host. Wow. How did they know? Because they was in close contact with the Lord. And he called the name of that place Mahanaim. And Jacob sent messages before him to Esau, his brother, into the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, thus shall you speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there until now. And I have oxen and asses, flocks and men servants and women servants. And I have sent to tell my lord that I may find grace in thy sight. And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, we came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him. Now you remember, if you go back, Esau was mad at his brother. He was ready to kill him. And his mama said, go, run, until your brother forget. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and herds and the camels, into two bands, and said, if Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and God of my mother Isaac, the Lord which saidest to me, return into thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and all of the truth which thou hast showed unto thy servant. Look how he humbled himself before the Lord. For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become two bands. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau. For I fear him, lest he will come and smite me and the mother with the children. And thou saidest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. Now, remember what the Lord tells you. He's not mad at the Lord. He said, Lord, you told me nothing ain't happening to me now. And people are like, you can't question the Lord. He ain't questioning him. He's speaking with him. Look how he's talking to the Lord. Y'all better learn to talk to the Lord the same way at times. As the Lord tell you something, he means it. And he lodged there that same night and took off that which was came to his hand, a present for Esau his brother. 200 she goats and 20 he goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milk camels with their 4 coats, 40 kine, and 10 bulls, 20 she asses and 10 foals. Look how he multiplied him. But this goes all the way back to Abraham. And he delivered them. And the thing is, Isaac was not blessed with the sustenance of Abraham. He came to Laban almost empty-handed. He didn't rely on his father's sustenance. God blessed him, not his father. Pay attention. It ain't about what your parents got. It's about what God's going to give you. And he delivered them into the hand of his servants. Every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, pass over before me, and put a space between drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, when Esau my brother meeteth thee, and answered thee, saying, whose art thou? And whither goest thou? And whose are these before thee? Then thou shalt say, they be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my lord Esau. And behold, also he is behind us. And so commanded he that the second and the third and all that followed the droves, saying, on this manner shall you speak unto Esau when you find him. And say ye moreover, behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterward I will set his face, peradventure he will accept of me. So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. And he rose up that night, and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants, and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. Let me stop right there. Sometimes you can't sleep at night because of this. Let me pause.